In this video, you will learn how to animate a shape burst, a psychedelic repeated shapes background, and an infinite shape tunnel all by using repeaters in After Effects. So welcome to the lesson 11 of this After Effects series, where you are going to learn everything you need to know about repeaters in After Effects. And you can download the practice files of this video from the link in the description. And first, let's check out how to use repeaters in After Effects. So let's start with creating a square shape, and now let's add repeater. So select the layer and click on add, and here you get the option to add repeater. Click on it. So repeater basically repeats the shape multiple times. Inside the repeater one, first we have copies. By default it gives 3 copies. So let's increase the copy by around 6. Now if we change the offset, let's give it 1. The entire shape pattern is going to offset by 1 copy. Now it's going to offset by 2 shapes. Now if I go negative, it is going to move in the opposite direction. Right now I'm going to keep it 0. Then we have transform properties of the repeater. The first one is anchor point. Then we have position. By default in position, it's going to be 100 in the x-axis and 0 in the y-axis. So inside the transform property of a repeater, if we have 100 pixels in the x position property, that means the next shape is at 100 pixels distance from the previous shape in x-axis, and that is how it's going to repeat the pattern with multiple number of copies. Now if we change the y position, let's give it around 80. Now the shape is at around 100 pixels distance from the x-axis and 80 pixels distance from the y-axis, and that is how it is going to repeat the pattern for the other copies. Next we have scale. If we scale up or scale down, it's going to scale up or scale down in the corresponding basis in the same amount for all the copies. That means this shape is 89% of the previous one, and like that it is going to repeat for the other copies. Then we have rotation. It is going to rotate in the same amount in the corresponding basis. Then we have start opacity, from which we can decrease or increase the opacity from the start of the copies, and from the end opacity we can decrease or increase the opacity from the end of the copies. Now inside the shape, if we make any change, it is going to be repeated in all the other copies. Let's get inside the parametric path of the rectangle and let's add some roundness. It's going to round up the corner for all the other copies. Or if I change the color, it is going to change the color for all the copies as well. I'm going to keep it white. And if you want the repeated copies to be properly aligned in a circular path, then first let's change the scale to 100% and the position under the repeater transform property to 0 in x and 0 in y. And now for rotation, we have to divide 360 by the number of copies. So click on rotation, type 360 divided by the number of copies, which is 6. And then under the shape transform property, if I change the position, let's move it in the y-axis. All the copied shapes are properly aligned in a circular path. And right now, if you increase the number of copies to let's say 8, you may not see any visible changes. That's because you have to again readjust the rotation. So right now it's going to be 360 divided by 8. Another important thing, after adding repeaters, you will get multiple transform properties inside a shape layer. One is for the shape itself. Then we have a transform property for repeater, which is transform repeater 1. And then we have the transform property of the entire layer. And if we make any changes in this transform property, it is going to impact the entire layer with the repeater itself. And now if you add a group inside the shape layer, and let's move the shape inside the group, now you have another transform property for the group itself. So now let's check out how to repeat repeaters. So here we have a perfect circle. Let's add a repeater. Inside repeater, let's give the number of copies 8. Inside repeater transform, y position to around 50 pixels. Now let's add another repeater. So we can add another repeater from the add button over here, or we can duplicate this repeater. So let's select this repeater and press Ctrl+D to duplicate this repeater. And shape modifiers works bottoms up. That means repeater 2 is affecting repeater 1 as well as the shape. But the repeater 1 is only affecting the shape itself. Inside repeater 2, open transform property and we're going to move the Y position. And as soon as we change the Y position, we can get a pattern like this. And if we change the repeater scale, we can again get some pattern like this. If we duplicate this repeater one more time and go to the repeater transform of the third repeater, and let's change the X position property this time, we get another interesting pattern. And now if we change the scale property of the repeater one, we get another interesting pattern like this. And if we have the shape properly aligned in the circular path and duplicate the repeater one more time, and then change the scale transform property of the repeater, we get a very interesting pattern like this. And by animating the offset property of the repeater, we can animate the property in that path. So in this case, I have animated the offset property of the second repeater. With repeaters, you can repeat a shape in a limited number of ways. So go to After Effects, add a shape layer, add a repeater on top of it, and then do experiments with it. And let's see what new you can come up with. And now it's time to check out how to animate a shape burst in After Effects. So here we have a line stroke. Let's add trim path. For that, open the layer, click on add, and search for trim path and click on it. Under trim path, we're going to add a keyframe on start, end, and offset and give the end value 0%. Let's jump on to next 8 frame and I'm in 30 FPS. Let's add end around 35% and add a keyframe on start. Again jump on to next 8 frame and let's animate the offset and move this line to the other end. Now match start with the end. So let's give it 35. Now easy is the start and the end keyframes. And here we have a line animation. And now if I add another modifier inside the shape, so let's select the shape layer and add zigzag, and it's going to impact all the repeated shapes. In the similar way, I have animated the shape burst. So inside the shape layer, first I have animated the size of the shape, then animated its position, then added a little rotation and a little opacity. And then I have added a repeater. And then by adding up all the shape layers with repeaters one by one, you will get a shape burst like this. And if you are wondering how I have animated the background circle stroke, so for this one, I have animated the size of the circle under the ellipse property and the stroke width. And that's it. And now let's check out how to animate a psychedelic repeated shapes background in After Effects. Let's add a star shape inside polyester 1, then inside polyester path, add a keyframe on rotation, on outer roundness, then in transform polyester 1, add a keyframe on scale. Let's jump on to next 60 frame and add keyframe on all the 3 properties. Increase the outer roundness, so let's give it around 1170. At the start, around -80. Scale down the shape to around 25. And here, I'm going to scale it down a little bit. Let's give it 60 and rotate by 180 degrees. Easy is the keyframe. And go to the motion graph editor and pull the Bezier handles. Now to add more detailing, we can duplicate the shape one more time. So select the shape under contents, Ctrl+D to duplicate it. Inside this shape, let's change star to polygon and number of points to 4. Also, let's change the color of this polygon and let's add a little stroke as well. And then I'm scaling it down under transform to fit it inside the shape. Then select the rotation keyframes of the second polyester and reverse the keyframe order. For that, right click on it, go to keyframe assistant and time reverse keyframes. Now if you want, you can add more shapes to it, but right now I'm going to stick to 2 shapes. Let's add a repeater. Inside repeater 1, let's add number of copies around 12. Inside transform repeater, we're going to change the X position of the repeater, adjust it so that the corners of the star touches each other. And let's offset it in the negative direction to cover up the entire screen. Let's duplicate the repeater one more time. Inside repeater 2, inside transform repeater, we're going to adjust the Y position of the transform and adjust it such that it touches the corners of the star. And now let's duplicate the shape one more time. Press U to open the properties with keyframes. Reverse the keyframe order. Then select the layer and place it somewhere at the exact center of the cap. Now we're going to add expressions in all the properties with keyframes. So press and hold the Alt key and click on the stopwatch of the property to open expressions panel. And we're going to type in loop out inside the bracket ping pong. And we're going to add this expression in all these properties. And here we have the animation. And then we can add some variation by changing the color of the second shape layer by applying an effect called hue saturation. Finally, let's check out how to animate infinite shape tunnel in After Effects. So let's add a polygon. Now let's add a repeater. Inside transform repeater, position 0, 0 and increase the copies. Let's give it 500. And now if you scale down the repeater transform, you will get a tunnel effect like this. Now let's animate the offset property under repeaters from 0 to -15. And here you get a tunnel effect like this. Now if you vary the rotation property, you can get some spiral rotation with the shapes as well. And now you can duplicate this shape layer one more time and add some variation in the shape, like decreasing the number of points to make it a square. Let's rotate it. Also, let's change the color and offset the keyframes so that it doesn't overlap. And now you have the tunnel with two different shapes in no time. Alright, so that is it for this video. In the next lesson, we're going to learn how to convert your boarding shapes look even more interesting with the help of layer styles. So if you like the video, then make sure to hit the like button. If you have any doubt regarding the techniques, then make sure to comment down below. I'll be happy to help you out. And if you're here for the first time, then make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification button to stay notified for all the future updates. Until then, goodbye.